Oh, what's up, everybody? Just doing a quick impromptu. No rhyme, no reason. You know me, just cooking a little stuffed chicken breasts with crab meat, shrimp, parmesan, and green onions with some big macaroni. And I'm about to get my can opener to go get the vegetables cooked up. Yep. How y'all doing? Who's in the building? Yeah. Doing a little bit of cooking. Don't worry about me. Some good stuff, man. Today's show is brought to you by Alfredo. That'll be Alfredo. Alfredo. So, shout out to Media Man for giving me this idea. Hmm. Because basically, it's really splendid. You go buy it. I think it's pretty splendid that we could talk about reality and sexuality. And I was watching a video from Media Man. So, mm, that cream mix, that cheese mix I made with the Old Bay seasoning and shrimp and crab meat, good God, it's good. I agree with him on a lot of points. And this is why. When you look at the black community as a whole, we don't have strictness when it comes to our dating. We just don't. We will accept felons. We will accept baby mamas, divorcees. There's not a lot of strictness when it comes to dating in our community. There's just not. So when they say there's not a lot of eligible men, you weren't dating eligible men to begin with. Have at they. May not like it, may not think it's suitable. But I want you to think about that. I want a man on my level. What is your level? Nobody can actually tell you what their level is. If you can't do it yourself, then it's not your level. That's what my parents told me. Well, It's different because a man's supposed to provide. What are you supposed to do? Nobody says that. That's always what a man's supposed to do. It's incredibly factual and actual that I forget the shorty's name he had on there, and she went way back from the Amos and Andy show, and she was a bigger black woman back then, even bigger now. Talking about she had to go to the thrift store dating. One, one of the biggest factors of dating is going to be how you look. Are you presentable? That's just the reality to it. If you don't like it, oh well. There are some men who are actually 5'4", 5'5", and had to get in really good shape. They had to be in exquisite shape. They had to dress well. They had to be a conversationalist, well traveled, well studied. I think that the more and more we get into this dating and mating stuff, which I don't think is the biggest thing in the world, opens up everybody's expectations of failure. Not just failure. Let's just get serious about it. Everybody's nonchalant attitude of being prepared or being willing to compete. That's pretty much what it is. And you don't want to compete. Get the results you have. Go to your powwow. Talk to like-minded people who are in the same similar situation as you. Wash, rinse, and repeat. I really want you to think about that. Wash, rinse, and repeat. See, it's one thing to be single, and it's not because you can't get someone. It's single if you're not even willing to be competitive. There are men who get in relationships and never had to go on a date. It is what it is. Don't get mad with it. Don't get upset with it. It is just what the fuck it is. There are some women who can walk in a room and gather every man's attention. That beauty, that's some fine currency there. It is what it is. But to purposely put yourself out the game without even competing, that's foolishness. It's great foolishness. I think that lot of people hate this pecking order because a lot of people don't want to put in the work. You've been around the pretty bitches. Assalamu alaikum, Philip. Alaikum salam to you. Remember how light-skinned dudes had to fight all the time because the chicks wanted them at one point? They didn't catch as much hell as the light-skinned chicks, but they caught hell. Or now the dark-skinned guys, chicks are fighting over. I call that the comic book theory. You're going to put your best artist on that cover to attract someone picking up that book. You're going to put some of your best writers to go in there and give that book some substance. If you're an overweight, obese individual who has done nothing to be a competitive person, life's not going to feel sorry for you, my dear. You can't complain about dating in the slum pool when first and foremost, you don't have standards. I'm the one who created black men out of garbage men of the dating pool. And it's true. In it, that black women have no shame are the shameless gamblers of the dating world. They are the shameless gamblers of the dating world. You literally let an incarcerated person get you pregnant. You literally do that. And to literally get that and say, you didn't have a choice. Because let's be honest about shit. If we got to take the hit for certain shit, then guess what? You got to put your dukes up with everybody else that you mix with equality. This is the rule of thumb for dating. Number one, can you attract it? Number two, is it worth keeping? Oh, I know. Whatever. Can you attract it? If the only thing you can attract are homosexuals and obese women, that's your lane. And trust me, it's a difference between preference and what you can attract. Difference of preference. And many people may be like, "Oh, what can you attract?" Trust me, y'all see me on film with some of my exes and some of the girls I hung out with. I can attract a pretty one. All caps. All caps. Okay. Anybody want to come up here and tell me I can't? Go ahead. Prove me wrong. Now, a lot of people one will have complaints about women that are not valid. And how do I know they're not valid? If you don't date them or you never had them, you can't complain about them. Now, I understand if you avoid them because you're trying to get something done in your life. I get that. I respect that. But your complaint goes but so far. It's very similar how some people will talk about fathers and never been one. It's different when you got to take care of that kid. When that kid's your responsibility, when you got to go back and forth with the mother, it's a lot different. Okay? But one of the biggest issues ever is what can you attract? And if what you attract is shit, then guess what you're going to get? A shitty result. It's a difference between having a quality woman and or a quality man, and she just turns up to be bullshit. It happens. But if you're constantly picking bullshit people with no improvement, because we all like to give people the benefit of doubt, but yet let's look at it this way. I can't blame a man or woman who's been in a relationship, whether long term dating or marriage, and they've been together for X amount of years, and the person flakes on them. Can't blame them for that. Reason why? They actually had put in time. They actually developed looking at this person. They actually tried to make something worthwhile with this person. Now, there's some people who actually try to do what? Make a hoe into a housewife. They try to make a husband out of a homosexual or a hood nigga. Reality is, you got to know what you really are up against, and what you're really attracting. And if you putting bullshit foot forward, my friends, you're gonna get bullshit answers in return. That's not it. Blah 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 blah. That's true. It's very true. I respect people who say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna work on me. I'm ex-nay out the dating game. That's commendable. Sometimes you need that time to yourself at that time. But we're gonna also talk about reality. Don't tell me you got that time to yourself and all you're gonna still be is a dumbass, a fat ass, a lazy ass, no growth, no nothing. You got all this free time to yourself and you the same motherfucker you were 2, 3 years ago. No, that's not how it works. Well, I don't need to be. No, 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 no. Be goddamn honest with yourself. Be goddamn honest with yourself. What type of studies are you doing? What are you learning? Are you trying to be a better version, or you're regressing in your progress in life? Which one is it? Which is the same shit when it comes to dating and mating. I have not been in a relationship for 6 years. And the way I look at it, if I get one, I get in one. If I don't, I don't. It's no pressure on me. I know and still attract a lot of women. There are some men who are afraid to be by themselves, and women too. And let's be serious. The reason why a lot of people don't want to be by themselves is why? Because they have to look at themselves. In all honesty, there's nobody to conceal it, there's nobody to hide it. It's you and only you. And most of you don't like yourselves. Hmm. Food for thought, isn't it? Food for thought. I want you to really think about this for a second. Think about this for a second. What progress have you done when you're by yourself? And number two, would you date yourself? See, some people want to date people just so because they never had that attention when they were a teenager, because they're stuck in that era. Some people want to play with people's emotions and feelings. Hmm. Some people want to feel like they're the man. Oh, the breasts are done. Some people want to be noticed. But all you're going to do is put yourself back in a self pity prison and a hell on earth you think you don't want to deal with. Hello, folks. I'm back. I try not to be pissed off about this shit, but is what it is. They don't make shit like they used to, that's all. What's up, ABM? Like I was saying, the non-competitiveness in dating and meeting is abysmal. But at the same time, would you date yourself? When that question gets passed around, there's tons of people who would say no. Tons of people. Would you make yourself, if you took a year away from dating, what would you do? If you had a son or daughter, would you want them to date somebody like their mother or you? That'd be the biggest question. The biggest question ever. Get my paper up. Exactly. Priorities would have to change. Get in better shape. Get more money. Study. At least become more worldly. But exactly. That's good for them. I'm glad you said that. Because there's some kids who avoid people like their parents like the plague. And for damn good reason. Like you see a chick who keep having kids after kids, baby daddy after baby daddy. Why? Something's wrong with you. And you know who probably uses psychiatrists the least are black people. Who uses therapy the least. And one of the major coping devices is sex. That is one of the major coping devices. Think about it. Your children, because we were all children at one point, seeing the messed up relationships our parents been in, even while they were together, won't even take a note. And people be like, why is such and such not dating? Why won't they do this and that fourth? You know why? Because they saw you and how horribly you handle your relationships. And they're at a point where they're like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Once they get over that sensation, they're going to look for the opposite. By the way, have you noticed so many children are looking to alternative lifestyles? Because nobody's born gay. You make a decision to do that. Okay? Hmm. Yeah. See, but I thought America's not racist, man. We voted for Obama. I'm back. I know if you don't get the notifications, go out, you know, unsubscribe, then subscribe to me again. And hit that solid colored white bell. I always said this, man. If it came down to some shit in this world. Oh yeah, let me go back to my thought previously before I go to this. Did you notice why a lot of kids nowadays are going to alternative lifestyles? Plenty of that is because one, impressionable. It's cool to be, you know, alternative or weird. And two, a lot of them want to reverse what they think of their parents. Oh yeah, but that's racist, right? If Brandon Scott's still the mayor of Baltimore, let's go around. The city deserves him. What do you say about that? The city deserves him. The black community loves its charlatans and its fool's gold, man. Loves its charlatans. They love their charlatans. Well, you gotta understand, Andre. You can't give good dick to everybody. What's up, Broken Blade? But it goes back into that. A lot of those kids don't want to be their parents. Don't give me none of that bullshit about being born gay. You're not. Don't give me none of that bullshit about, oh, well, you know. Because first and foremost, a lot of behavior is encouraged. If you want to make an adult decision that's sexual, whether it's hetero or homo, then it should stay within the confines of adulthood. This is when I know America lost its mind, when people got upset on drag queens reading story time to their kids. But notice a lot of these liberals don't have kids. So you're okay with somebody sexually indoctrinating children. Never mind. Well, you're taking away the freedom of speech for these people. You don't have a freedom of speech in that school. You don't have to read to children. That's not a right. That's indoctrination. But yet you have all these politicians who somehow, some way, still want to carry on this Sodom and Gomorrah type behavior. If you ask me my expert opinion, have you noticed how many Democrats resigned once the Epstein files got a hold of? Have you ever noticed how many of your so-called favorite politicians, but the one you thought was going to be guilty on it, people can't put two and two together and say, why didn't the Biden administration open up the goddamn Epstein files? They wanted to use the files to get you to stop thinking about the immigrants coming in the country and the fact that we're spending trillions on a war as well. 2 wars. They don't want you to speak openly and say, I don't care if it's a black man, green man, blue man, white man, black woman. If they're in the public office acting stupid and ghetto, they're unbecoming of their office. They're wrong. But why? Why is this constantly the thing to do? Easy. Because the stupider you are, because we know goddamn well they made your kids stupid. Most of them can't even fucking read when they get out of high school properly. But we keep passing them along. I think high school should be like basic training. It should be tough. Because if you notice, high school doesn't prepare you for a goddamn thing. At least back then it prepared you to be a goddamn drone. I mean, think about how many parents spend their money on a goddamn prom. Like it's a wedding. I want you to think about that. We got more kids who are more likely to go to prom than graduate. Sorry about the noise. But then we'll also have more people go to baby showers, of course, of unwed women, than marriage proposals. There are so many career oriented women who are closer to 50 than 40 who want to start families. And these women aren't ugly women, making good six figures, living good, valuable lives, traveling. But at some point, you want a child. I mean, let's look at sexuality and reality for what it is. You're ass backwards and you're expecting to win the race by going the opposite direction. Why do we need to fix the community? I can't tell a 25-year-old guy you should go get married and there's little to no benefit of doing it. Why would he? I know. You just say, stop it. You're right. More baby showers than bridal showers. Why? You'd rather be mothers than wives. A wife means you have to answer to somebody. A mother means somebody has to answer to you. So when we look at this, there are no problems when it comes to making babies. Even though we're not making babies like we used to, but there is a problem when it comes to forming families. How about them apples? How about them apples? We will sit here and let the worst of our population take majority stock in our community and have the nerve to complain. The audacity of you Negroes. Literally. Literally. You build no families. You build no generational wealth. But we will have a bunch of wayward children who will in fact roam our streets like the like marauders. and then wonder why our community's dead last. Our community's dead last, number one, is because we don't respect sexuality in its proper placement. We just don't. We don't we don't plan and cultivate children. Blasphemy, right? Blasphemy. We don't cultivate children. Here it is. Shout out to Bay. I'm putting together the stories. He's using AI to format the story to make them into animated stories, at least to a presentation. And would you not say, Bay, the story would actually galvanize young boys and girls into working together, showing restraint, taking accountability, gives you masculine principles. Even the female of the team is accountable. What do you think about the story so far? Do you think they're accountable, especially when they told their background stories of what they had to overcome? But you don't see that. In our black media, there's always struggle. And the only way you can get out is either you rap, play a ball, or do some drugs and make it, and then somehow you go legit. Remember, we're the same race of people that said the Huxtables was not reality. But y'all rather dress up looking like 1990s, late 80s, early 90s gangsters in LA when Straight Outta Compton came out than wear quarter zip ties like like the Huxtables. You're right. It's not reality to fatherless, jaded, godless people. You're right. It's impossible. Notice what I said about the mating and dating. This is what I also say. Young men, if you're going to date somebody, and I would say this to young ladies as well, young black boys and young black men, stop dating charity cases. Yes, one day you should be a provider. Cool. But you should not be taking on charity cases, okay? People should not be every girl you come across should not be an extra bill. Every girl you come across should not be a goddamn logistical nightmare. Her family should be able to help you out with shit. With a job, with contacts, something. Just like you're supposed to help her. Stop taking on burdens. There's no shame to say, I can't do it. You should not die trying to facilitate somebody else's imaginary lifestyle. Hell no to that. Hell no to that. Hey, babe, that's the link if you could come up. I mean, I've noticed this. Every time we get up and we say, yeah, we got to say, hey, this person is making a fool out of him. You can't be taking on everybody's burden. I'm going to really tell you that. You can't be taking on everybody's burden. Especially when you're trying to get your life together. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, himself.
Really?
Hey.
Hi. I don't know why I do that.
It's life's a comment.
Mm.
You know, your nickname and moniker, devil I know. Devil I know.
So this happened today.
Go ahead.
Some young girl looked to be about no older than 20. Got her little YouTube channel and she created a video talking about why she out there protesting. And one of the comments that was left under her was talking about, yeah, we need to destroy this capitalist society. So I told the little girl, I said, well, go sleep out in the streets. You don't have to participate. Well, see, this is why it needs to be destroyed. No. You can voluntarily opt out of society. Just go sleep on the street. I was like, because what you fail to understand is that don't nobody owe you nothing. Nobody owes you a goddamn thing. There's no such thing as fairness in life. Is there fairness in life? Bueller?
Not even the way you die is fair.
No. And you out here protesting. If you allow me to break this down, let me explain this to y'all in terms that you understand. No, that's fine.
You got the floor.
Thank you. Let me break this down in terms of y'all so y'all can understand, because Dr. Claude Anderson told us back in the 90s that we as Black people need to get this immigration thing under control, because as he said, currently at that time, we were the majority minority. But if we don't get it under control, we will be the minority, which is what we are right now at $54,000 at annual household income in America. We're at the very bottom. The Asians and Indians are at the very top. Yeah, almost every form of Asian and Indians from India at the very top. White people are like ranked like 11th as far as just, WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. They're like 11th. They're like mid-tier. But you're worried about them, but they're mid-tier. The Hispanics are 4 spots above you. That includes illegals. You understand? The Africans are above you. The Africans are above the whites. I mean, now we see why now, the fraud that's going on. But they're still above them. But outside of that, with the illegals, understand that they dump them in poor black neighborhoods, the criminals, the vagrants, the despots. Let me explain to you what that does to you, even though it may not affect you directly as far as you're concerned, but indirectly it screws with you. Because when Trump was said black jobs, he wanted to save black jobs. And one of the black chicks at the NABJ, National Association for Black Journalists, excuse me, she was trying to call Trump racist for that. And he looking at her like, how do you not know what I'm talking about? At $54,000 a year annual household income, that's a lot of unskilled labor. You understand? That's a lot of unskilled labor, especially with the educational market being what it is over the past 15, 20 years. Charles, in Baltimore, their school superintendent, some Indian dude, was like the highest paid school superintendent in the country in Baltimore. But yet their valedictorian, and this is how it came out. They had a black boy that they made valedictorian. He had like a 1.3, a 1.8 grade point average, and his mother raised the stink about that. She was like, this boy can't even read. And y'all made him valedictorian. And of course, our girl Mackenzie Frost did a story on it. Still was ripping the salt. He was ripping the people of Baltimore off, actually us, because they were using federal money from the Department of Education. He was getting paid from that. Y'all remember me talking about NGOs where the state or the city will give them $5 million of federal money. 4.5 of that federal money will go out the back door, right back into the hands of the people that gave it to them. The other 500,000, 250,000 would go to the head of the NGO, and the other 250,000 would be spent on administrative costs. Like maybe rent, light, gas, telephone, employee salaries or paychecks, because you're not really salaried as an NGO. You're lucky if you get paid at all, because most of these non-government organizations are nonprofits, so you have a bunch of volunteers. Except now they're paying protesters or agitators. All right, which I guess is a good job if you can get it, considering how, from what I understand, they paying up to 6 figures for people to get out here with these ready-made signs and get their ass kicked by ICE agents in order to, literally start a confrontation, have them brutalize you, and then, the whole, knock down a hornet's nest. And then when they sting you up, you run into the news. Oh my God, the hornet stung me. Trying to play on the sympathy. They're sacrificing your bodies to do that. But I digress. With these illegals, who of course you don't see them out there protesting, with these illegals, especially the Hispanic ones and the black ones, they dump them in your neighborhoods and they force you out of your neighborhoods through city intervention, just like what Brandon Johnson and Michelle Wu was doing out in Boston, where they are taxing the ever loving shit out of black neighborhoods, as far as like your homeowner's tax, your land tax, taxing the hell out of you. And then when you can't afford to pay it, of course, the city seizes your property. What do you think they do with your property when they seize it? What do you think they're going to do with it? With all these illegals running around, damn near homeless, still staying in shelters and everything. Yeah, they're going to turn your houses over to them. You're getting the boot because you don't have the power to stop them. You literally do not have the power to stop them. All you do is go into city hall meetings and yell and curse and scream. But you continue to vote for these people. You continue to put them in office. But I digress. Picture this. Let's say you have a family member, a cousin. They need a place to stay. They got a job. You can't really quantify it. You haven't seen it, but hey, I got you. So you tell them, all right, cool. Pay me $500 a month. You can stay with me. I got a spare room. They like, all right, cool. So the first month they give you $500. Maybe the second month they give you $500. And now here comes the third month and they give you $300. And you're like, hey man, you short. Yeah, I know, man. Look, I ran into a problem. I had this to pay, my baby mama, whatever. I got you. Like, all right, cool. So you wait a whole month. You waiting for them to make you whole. They don't. So now the next month go by and they give you another $300. And you're like, dude, you now 400 in the hole. What's up? Oh man, come on, man. I got you, man. I'm fam. So of course you have your grumblings to like a family member, another family member that may actually live by themselves or have room for this cousin of yours that you taking care of, and they trying to tell you, oh, don't worry about it, tough it out, it'll be all right, don't worry, that's your family, y'all family, you should be able to work it out. And now here you go, month 5, and they ain't got no money for you. And it's kind of funny because that month 4, you notice that they're home all the time, or they're keeping strange hours. But usually they're home, still in their pajamas, eating up all your food, burning up your lights, burning up your gas, wanting to borrow your car. You understand what I'm saying? Bringing in strange company. You come home, it's 3-4 dudes sitting in your damn living room. Like, what the hell is this? Oh man, they just came by playing your PlayStation that was in your room that's now suddenly in the living room. Oh, we just chill, man. We just want to play game. Man, it's cool. Like, you violating. So now the next month go by and they still ain't got a job, still ain't got no rent money, and you got to kick them out. So maybe you call their mama, their sister, y'all auntie, whatever. And now they coming at you crazy because you want to kick them out. And you be like, well, you take them in. And what do they normally say? No, I can't. Yeah, of course you can't, because you know what type of bullshit time this motherfucker is on. So eventually you got to kick them out. You may even have to force them out. Y'all might have to get to throwing punches, but they getting the hell up out of there. You understand? And really the only reason why you took them in was because you checked the check-in. You could use an extra 500. Get your head above water. Maybe you 2 months behind on your cable bill or something. This will help you out. And instead of being a net positive, they're a net negative. They fucking all your shit up. That's illegal immigration. Because understand, the United States, we're in the federal government's house. $36 trillion in debt because, not mainly, but because of these people. They're a big part of the problem. As well as your girlfriend or your wife or whatever just giving out money. loaning her family money, knowing that they ain't gonna pay it back. Ukraine, knowing they not gonna pay it back, but she just giving, her brother, her mama, her sister, just all in the joint bank account, coming up short. You call yourself getting lunch one day. You use the joint bank account debit card and it's declined. What the hell? There was $5,000 in there. You check the balance, you negative 200. How the hell did that happen? It's no different. It's no different than what the federal government is going through. No different. You ready to stand in the soup line? Huh? You ready to be jobless? You ready to practically be homeless? Fighting with them because look, if we have a recession, that don't mean that banks gonna stop. Ain't nobody gonna give you no goddamn leeway for not paying your rent, for not paying your car note, not paying your light, gas, telephone. Nobody gonna give you no goddamn leeway. Who giving out leeways? It's no different. You want to interject?
I was saying, you never learn about that. Don't.
Right. And we all been there with a family member or a friend or even a stranger, a boarder. We've all been there. You can't play and say like you haven't. With a girlfriend.
Trying to get rid of a motherfucker now.
Yes. You got to go.
Motherfuckers
I'm
don't
not
even understand.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That motherfuckers don't even understand that. People don't realize how quick they put a sour taste in your mouth just dealing with their asses.
When you are at the bottom of the barrel, you ain't got time to be playing Captain Save-A-Ho for people who were brought here to replace you, your black ass. Those illegals, especially the Hispanics, they're unskilled labor just like you. The reason why a lot of these, if you're lucky to get one of these low skilled minimum wage jobs, the reason why they really don't necessarily pay minimum wage. So, okay, prime example. I worked in the hotel industry for 25 years. The housekeepers made $9 an hour. $9 an hour to clean change some nasty ass fucking sheets, take your nasty ass shitty towels soaking wet, wipe off that nasty ass bathroom counter, and clean that nasty ass shower for $9 an hour. The only reason why they wasn't getting paid 15, really they should be making 18. That's probably one of the nastiest jobs in the business. If not the nastiest job in the business. I'll take it back. That is the nastiest job in the business. And you want me to do that? You want me to clean 14 rooms, sometimes 18. But on average, between 14 to 16 rooms in 8 hours. You want me to do that for $9 an hour? You should be making 18. The reason why they pay them low like that, less than minimum wage, is because of the illegals that are working these housekeeping jobs. From laundry to housekeeper. They undercut them. So therefore, they undercut you. They undercut you. This is why when I go to hotels, I do not mind. Like when I stay, I do not mind tipping the housekeeper. I'll leave them $20 tip and put it only where they can find it. Because sometimes them people, keep in mind, worked in the business. Them supervisors will go in there, open the doors, or the houseman will help, like on a Sunday. They'll go in there, opening the doors, and they'll strip the beds, and they'll see the money on the counter or whatnot. They'll take the money and pretend like there was no tip. So I'll put it in the drawer. I'll put it in the drawer because I know that she got to check them drawers. If she doing her job, she open them drawers to make sure that nothing's left. The supervisor don't do that. The houseman don't do that. The housekeeper do that. She open that drawer, she see that, or I'll put the pillow, like if it's a couch, I'll put the pillow somewhere where it shouldn't be, or laying funny, and I'll put the money up under the pillow.
I mean, you got to think about it.
Go ahead.
Talk about black jobs as jobs where you pay black people American wage. And black people, because once again, you suffer from low self esteem. You let the media tell you what they want you to hear instead of listening for the truth. Those black jobs were the jobs you could over. How come you see a whole bunch of landscaping, construction crews that are mainly white? I mean, Hispanic.
Yeah,
How the fuck they know your city better than you?
they don't. They just know how to do the work.
But yet, you believe the trades were under you.
You know why they work harder than you? Because they got that cartel on their ass.
They owe that cartel.
Yeah. Because just because you get over here, you pay the coyote to get you to the border and to get set up. But normally they hit you with,
A tax.
they hit you with a tax. Why do you think when they bring the women, Tom Homan talked about this, these young girls, young as 9, young as 5, get sexually assaulted? That's the tax. Heaven help you if you cute. You about to pay a tax.
You definitely. You, people want to talk about, oh, you're not safe around black men. Everybody knows if you want safety, be around a black man.
Especially a big one or a group of them. You getting chased? Find you a black dude.
Everybody, everybody knows that rule. Little girls will do
Uh, Hopefully you run into a decent one. And instead of one, good job, Chet. Come on, Sarah Bell. To the van. Let me stop. No, but my whole point is that we sit up here, we let the media, mainly CNN and MS Now, we let them lie to us. We let Roland Martin lie to us. We let Charlemagne lie to us. We let the unhirables, Tiffany Cross, Amanda, was it Ray, whatever.
What's the one? Parents are from the Congo or from Ghana?
I don't know.
The
Bakari
shortcut.
Sanders, huh?
Stick with the shortcut.
I don't know. I don't pay these chicks no attention.
Oh,
Amanda Seals. Go ahead. Who else?
that's her name, Joy Reid, because she was in
Joy
Bulletproof.
Reid. Yeah, the bald one. Yeah, Joy Reid. Who's the other one? Plies. Who's the other one? Ricky Smiley. Uh,
What's the
Jasmine Crockett.
um,
Ryan Clark.
what's the
Uh,
most funny one? From the Kings of Comedy. Uh, Fuck it, the guy looked like the Tin Man now. What's his name? From the Kings of Comedy. Got the little radio show.
I don't know who you talking about. You talking about Godfrey?
Not Godfrey.
Oh,
He was on the Kings of Comedy with Steve Harvey and Bernie Mac.
I don't know. That's been 20 some years.
Uh,
Uh, You had to Google it. Wait, hold on. Let me take a look. No, but you let these people lie to you all the time about what's going on. Now, oh, I know you're talking about uh uh dang it, I'm looking right at him. Hold on. D.L. Hughley.
Yeah, D.L. Hughley. He looks like the Tin Man from The Wiz.
Yeah. You let these people lie to you. These people are getting paid to lie to you. They're professional liars. They're professional, like Don Lemon. You know, I mean, look at it. You see that all of these people I named are all in a clique. They all clicked up. They the coon squad, if you really want to, label them. And I know people, yeah, no, we got to bring that back. That's the coon squad. If you're not speaking to help black people, you trying to sit up here, you just following the Democratic plantation like a good little slave. What you it's like a collection of mammies and what's the guy? Stevens. It's a collection of mammies and Stevens.
Who put that nigga on? Why that nigga on that name?
Yeah. You got Stephen A. Smith sitting up here apologizing to them, trying to be part of their clique and all that. Dude, this is why a lot of black men don't respect you. Stand on it. Stand on it. Stand on your principles. If you think somebody's a piece of shit, stand on it. Stop apologizing. Do you respect somebody that if you're a hateful person, are you going to accept and respect somebody that apologizes, telling the truth about you, and they hurt your feelings?
Yeah, you will respect people who tell the truth because you can't come at that way of the motherfucker.
Exactly. So why are you apologizing? Why are you You're not part of the clique. Why do you want to be a part of the unhirables club? Because if you notice, a lot of these people don't have jobs. And the ones that do, I mean, they're useful idiots. You really think that if the Breakfast Club could find a better host, a better Step and Fetch It, you think they wouldn't? You think they wouldn't replace Charlemagne in a heartbeat?
They would replace him in a drop of a dime.
Who they gonna get? You understand? Talent nowadays is hard to find. And a lot of people are starting to discover that you can make money online, be it YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Kick, Rumble. You don't have to sign anybody. You don't need to be on anybody's paperwork. The only reason why you on somebody's paperwork is because you lazy. You want to work for a check.
Yeah.
I'll never forget back when LeBron James was when he was signed and everything. And I'm like, are you crazy? I'm like, hold on. If I'm a sensational rookie, I'm not signing no $90 million shoe deal while they collect 900. I'll get 90 million, y'all get 900 mil?
And my name
First
bigger.
year? Huh?
Name's bigger than yours.
And
The greedy
when
nigga,
I was go ahead.
Greedy nigga politics dictate. You know that.
What it is, it's a lack of financial literacy. Because what it is that if I'm a superstar athlete and I'm a rookie and I'm coming out of college, of course, if I'm a black entrepreneur, I have like the machines and everything where I can make the shoes, or I have access where I can do it. I'm coming to your agent and like, hey, look, let me have a meeting with your client. Like, look, do not sign with these shoe companies. Here's what we're going to do. When you get your rookie signing bonus, pay me. This is what I want you to do. I want you to put me on retainer. I'm going to find the 5 best sneakerheads in New York. Okay? The 5 best. And we're going to pick out 4 shoes. If I'm basketball, if I'm football, we picking out 2. Okay? We picking out 2, possibly 3. We might put one on the back burner. But we're going to pick out the shoes. We're going to put, let's say you basketball, 4 shoes. Your rookie starter shoe, your Christmas shoe, NBA All-Star shoe, playoff shoe. All right? You understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Oh yeah, totally.
Right. So we'll put these shoes in production. Just like Amari Starberries. We'll put these shoes in production. This is what what's the name was trying to do.
You know how
Except,
big it's China?
huh?
You know how big Amari is in China?
Oh yeah. Them shoes, man, them shoes are like Jordans in China. Them Starberries are like Jordans in China. At any rate,
He's damn near a billionaire because of that shit.
unlike LeVar Ball, I'm not charging no 400 goddamn dollars. I'm going to make the shoe affordable. I'm going to make the shoe affordable. I'm going to come in at least 125, 110. If I can, I'll try to get it at least down to under $100. I'm going to try to make it affordable. And then all I got to do is go out there and ball my ass off. Ball my ass off. The shoe will sell. The t-shirts will sell. The jumpsuits, the jackets, the merchandise, the watches, you know what I'm saying? The hats, all of that stuff, the comforters, all of that will sell. All I got to do is go out and just use my God-given talent to feed myself. So instead of getting a little funky little $90 million check, I'm giving somebody else. Oh, yeah, the shoe was a success. Here's your $90 million check. Mr. Entrepreneur, while I collect this 900, here's your 10%. Why do you think agents get so rich? They get paid off of your talent. They make the deals for you. 10%, 15%, 20%. What's 20% of 200 million?
20 million. And all I got, you got to be the hard part.
All I got to do is just negotiate commercial deals and stuff. Work out your NFL contract. Once I get that done, the rest is just merchandising deals that I'm working out with you. Commercials. Scheduling photo shoots.
The easy shit.
And I'm getting 20% of all of that because I'm the one booking it. I would rather pay you the 20% while I collect the 100. That's what financial literacy gives you that. And trust me, I wasn't born like this. I didn't come into this. My mother always talked about money. She always made sure I was straight. She always said, pay yourself first. I got my first job. Oh, she opened me up a bank account. She said, here, put $20 in your savings account every time you get paid. Every time you get paid, put $20 in your savings account. The rest you can do whatever you want with it. I mean, I was in high school. The hell's I ain't had no bills to pay. Pay yourself first. My stepmother, when we had the business, and I explained this to one of my homies. I said, because I had to get him to understand why I talk the way that I talk. Well, I think the way that I think. I said, when you go to church or you go to a lecture, somebody's preaching at you, right?
Right.
Right. They preaching at you. You watch a YouTube video, these dudes are preaching at you. But you on the other side of the counter. You're on the customer side of the counter. But as the owner side, on the other side of the counter, as the owner, the production head, etc., I'm where the sausage is made. I'm making the sausage. I'm back here. The conversations that we have with a lecturer is night and day between the conversations that they have with you, because to you they're preaching, but to us they're having conversations. We getting the real talk. Y'all just getting the feel good, thunder and lightning, uh, Nat Turner going from plantation to keep the slaves energized. You're getting that talk. Did Nat Turner talk differently with his personal crew than he did with the slaves on the plantation? Did he not?
Yeah.
You saw Birth of a Nation? Ain't no different.
Like, it's funny, right? You could explain this to motherfuckers, and for some reason, nobody wants to be open about it.
It goes over their heads. This is why I be so frustrated. Because it's like, understand, when I talk to y'all, I talk to y'all like we in the back room. You know what I'm saying? I'm not preaching to y'all like y'all are in the audience. I'm talking to you like we in the back room. And I kind of like expect y'all to know this shit. Because I mean, I've been knowing it for so long, and y'all be claiming to be so self-aware and woke, and this is why I don't hate the term pro-black, but I distinguish pro-blacks from consciousness, from Negroes and wokes and everything. Everybody fits into a box. Do you understand? To me, everybody fits into a box. Umar is pro-black. Okay. What's the name? Don Lemon is, snooty black. He a Negro. To me, he's a Negro. The people that he be kissing on the cheeks and all of them, all these protesters and black lesbian mansions there, those are scamming Negroes. Don Lemon is a scamming Negro. He's a Negro.
And he'll sell you out for the LGBT community in a heartbeat.
Yeah. You understand? Everybody goes into a box. This is why, like, I'm conscious, but consciousness evolves. I went from screaming about racism to now I'm dealing with immigration, because immigration is the ultimate form of racism, because it 100% disappears your black ass. They're kidnapping. Yeah, kidnap all them motherfuckers. If that's what you call it, I don't give a fuck. Get them the fuck out of here. Because you brought them here to replace us, the Democrats. The people whose dick you sucking and ass you kissing and clit you licking. Oh, I hate Trump. Fuck that nigga. That nigga trying to save your ass.
He trying to clean up the fucking mess. You allowed that last motherfucker to hit. Don't.
Do you not understand what will happen if this man fails?
You're the third world country. You're the fourth world country.
Yes. You
Fuck
do
that.
understand them people left to get away from the shit. If you've ever actually went through World Star Hip Hop or any of these sites like Chaotic and whatnot that show all of these violent actions, if you notice, a lot of them come from South America and Africa, as well as the United States. They're bringing that shit here. Random killings, random rapes and murders. They just shot up a woman on the freeway for nothing.
Yeah.
You think they give a fuck about you? They showed you where they stand. They would, I mean, you can sit up here and be all racist all you want to, but they didn't stand for that little black boy with the brain surgeries. The black chick they got, even though she was selling kitty, the dude decided he was just gonna take it anyway. Raped her, murdered her, stuffed her in a trash can for a couple of days, then threw her off a bridge.
Threw her off, forgot, didn't even, and then, you know, killed her, mutilated her body. I want you to really think about that, dude. Mutilated her fucking body.
Mm-hmm. And the people in the house know he did it. They knew he did it. They could hear her in there struggling while he was forcing himself on her at 3 o'clock in the morning. But you out here taking penitentiary chances for these fuckers. The Somalians kicked you out of your fucking neighborhoods up there. Matter of fact, wherever they are, they kicked you out of your neighborhoods. Took
And
over whole apartment complexes that your ass used to, or your people used to live in.
but you think all skin folk are kin folk.
Well, fuck that. Hello? Look what happened to Compton. Y'all ever talk to DGS about Compton? I mean, that's his backyard. Talk to him what happened in Compton. Talk to him
So,
about the fucking Latina goddamn congressman people up there in fucking LA, how they talk shit about black folks on hot mics.
calling them monkeys and shit.
And your stupid ass out here, yeah, insurrection, fuck the police.
But guess what? Those are the same motherfuckers that come break into your houses, beat your kids up in the block to run you out of the town because they want to take over. What did me and Sand Dog say? Black people don't know whether to give the olive branch or the sword.
You give the sword.
But you will shoot against a black man, and this is the reason why. Have you ever noticed one thing about me? I never said a white woman, a Latina, or any other race of woman is the answer to your prayers. Do you know why? Because all of them will fuck you. It's just a different timing. Number one, that Latin man don't want you to come nowhere near his women. But he thinks your women are free reign, right?
Well, your women are whores. They show it all over social media. Unprompted.
Uncouth.
Twerking and fucking Lululemon and shit in a group. Twerking on restaurant tables. A black family dining, hey, come in here at least with a dress shirt on or a polo. No sagging pants, no t-shirts, but you got bitches standing on the table twerking. A black family, a married couple, black. The wife say, hey, look, yeah, we have a dress code. Remember, they kicked the people out because they was improperly dressed. And what happened? You had an indignant, nasty bitch fly all the way down to Texas, strip butt ass naked, and walk through the door as if to say, fuck you, bitch. This is black women doing this to another black woman with a respectable establishment.
But
And
yet,
go ahead.
yet they're not protected. You know that, right?
You don't want protection. You just want the ability to do whatever the fuck you want to do and not suffer and be protected from the consequences.
And here's the part. The consequences come. They become heavy than a mother. I mean, 2 ton heavy. Like, I mean, Looney Tune dropping on an anvil heavy. This is the reason why I tell people all the time, when these women say we're equal, treat them equal. I'm sorry. You want to know how? Female get turned out. How? You want to get smart with me? Oh, you're tired, done. Hey, you okay?
Aisha Presley. I showed this yesterday. The congresswoman from Massachusetts tried to play the whataboutism game, because they had the four people, they were the whistleblowers in Minnesota talking about the fraud. Aisha Presley gonna talk about Trump pardoning people who were spent time in prison for fraud. Not that they were just accused and I don't know, they ain't gonna do no, these people were actually served prison time. He gave them pardons. She tried to play the whataboutism game with them, and they was like, they straight up told her, I'm not going to play this game with you. I'm not about to entertain this line of questioning. And she had a goddamn fit. She literally had a meltdown on the congressional floor. What does that tell you?
The lack of maturity within the black community is fucking us.
Sometimes not playing the game is your best line of defense.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even going to entertain your bullshit. Is your best line of sometimes, often your best line of defense. Now, if they want to get physical, then you just have to handle your business however you see fit. But you can run your mouth all you want to. Just don't touch me, and I bet not feel a drop of spittle. If I say back up, don't walk up on me, I mean that. I'm not trying to portray myself as some tough guy, but I mean, shit, I grew up as a brown-skinned kid in Cleveland, Ohio, amongst dark-skinned blacks that were poor.
And
Most of them with no daddy at home. Oh, it was wild. I'm fighting them there every week.
I have a sister, light skin, in the 90s in Baltimore.
I can only imagine what she went through. Heaven help her if she was considered cute.
Oh yeah, still to this day, and she's in her 50s.
Them Sharkeishas, they lose I mean, I hate to use the phrase, but it do be like a chip out. You sitting up here, you 16 years old, 250 fucking pounds. Why? You 160. You 5'3", 160 in high school as a female. Why?
Those boys.
And then you wonder why RFK Jr. made them take all the chemicals and shit out of junk food? Why they cut junk food and sodas out off of Snap? That's not genetics. That's not genetics. That's chemical.
But yeah, they call it racism. Remember, Brittany Cooper said the food is racist. We gain weight because of the racism and the stress.
You want to hear a sinister plot? You know, Mondami is trying to, huh?
Brittany Cooper getting a man, sinister.
Peep this out. What Mondami is doing in New York, he wants to drive the businesses out, and he wants to get rid of the poor the drug addicted and the chronically homeless. He wants those people to die on the streets. He wants people. The only way, listen, the only way you are going to have a functioning socialist society is to trim the fat. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to trim the fat. And the fat is
trying to do a colon.
the fat is useless eaters. If you notice in Star Trek, which is supposed to be a socialist society, everybody had a job. You never saw any poor people. You know why? Because they were eliminated. Either you worked, huh?
There was no need for money, and you got that phase out.
If you don't work, you don't eat. And the higher up on the food chain you were, the better your life was. Picard had a wine orchard in France as a Starfleet captain. Do you think the guy cleaning the floors on the deck, you think he had a winery somewhere in France? Where do you think he lived?
Bottle of wine.
It's all based on a hierarchical system. That's why these socialists were stealing from the federal government, stealing our tax dollars, but want to impose socialism because they know that socialism is really based on your money and your ability to spend other people's money while being in power to where nobody can touch your money. Why do you think Billie Eilish is catching all that heat? You know, saying that she's part of the Democratic Socialist Club, talking about nobody's illegal on stolen land. And sure enough, the tribe that's from that area said, well, bitch, give up your keys because that's our land. Leave the keys in the mailbox. We'll be by. I'm sorry. I don't mean to go into these.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just dropping facts. No, I mean that's why Mount Downey has no problem letting the homeless sleep out there in them tents along the streets of New York City. Talking about I'm sending social workers out there. Like these people are whacked up out of their minds. They run around stabbing little white girls on trains and shit. I know it was Charlotte, but still. They run around punching people, punching women in the face, setting them on fire. And you gonna send a social worker out there to talk to them? You gonna send social worker Shanice out there to talk to a psychotically deranged criminal hobo? How do you not see that this is an intentional setup for failure?
Number one, social workers are going to be tasked behind. They're not going to go out there by themselves. They're going to look at you like you crazy.
You're like, am I taking a cop with me? Well, no, you got this, sis. Yeah, okay. How many homeless people you talk to today? 7. I talked to 7. See, I checked the boxes. Your ass spent your time at home catching up on your TV shows on your DVR. Came back home came back to work with 20 minutes to go for it's time for you to punch out. Filed your fake paperwork and called it a day.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
Matter of fact, you can't even, those social workers don't even go to certain houses.
Not unless they want a violent encounter. They don't even go to
That's the
certain
part they don't tell you.
neighborhoods.
Not without an escort.
Yeah. Shit. Social worker be bent over a goddamn table with a ball gag in their mouth, but somebody pulling the gimp out of the basement. uh, the fuck out of here,
Like
man.
what's that show? Big Dick Buster coming out.
Oh my god. With the heavy footsteps. uh, shit. Knocking on the Ariel Castro's door. Shit. That's how what's his name almost got killed. Remember what, Silence of the Lambs? That's how Clarice almost got killed. I mean, I know it's a movie, but yeah, what the fuck are you doing? You're chasing after a serial killer that kidnaps and skins women. And your little 5'2" self is out there by yourself? Following up on a lead? You just found a head in a goddamn formaldehyde jar.
Good luck.
In real life, she would have been dead. She'd have been, even if it had a good outcome, she'd have been reprimanded to hell for going by herself.
Going on. That would have been so dangerous. She'd have been so traumatized.
She'd been pushing papers somewhere, working for the Board of Health or something. How about saying boop, boop, boop. Fuck this shit. I get a job at my cousin's cleaners.
What happened? I got married to a big strong man. What happened? I almost got sexually assaulted by this guy, Big Dick Buster.
You know, that's what tripped me out about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like, why do you call him that? You don't want to know. Go ahead.
That's what killed me about Anna. That's what killed me about Anna Kasparian. You know, when she got sexually assaulted by the homeless white dude, or what she said was a homeless white dude. For those of y'all that don't know the story, she went outside, of course, you know, in her little, you know, they be wearing their little Lululemons, and she, you know, with her dog, and she bent over to clean up her dog's mess. Instead of bending down at the knee, she bent down at the waist. So two white guys was walking by. She said they were homeless. One of them grabbed her by the hips and thrust into her about a good 4 or 5 times. And she said she could feel his heart on. So she ran back in the house.
Wow.
Yeah. So she ran back in the house to tell her husband. Of course, that bitch ass nigga didn't do shit. They called the police. The police didn't do nothing. So she told her story on Twitter, and people thought they called her racist for calling the police. And she was like, because she never mentioned the race of her assailant. They just assumed that the assailant are black. You know, these are Democrats, liberals, whatever the hell you want to call them. They just assumed that the assailant was black. You know, we're talking about by the hundreds, if not thousands of people. And feels like my assailant was white. Oh, well, you know, and homeless. Oh, well, now you're trying to disenfranchise the homeless. Like, I was sexually assaulted by this dude. That pissed her off. Also, and I remember seeing this one. She was called a birthing person, trans. She's like, I'm not a birthing person. I'm not a cis female. I'm a woman. And this is when they had the fallout where the parasites on TYT that were trans, because they trying to be everybody's ally, they all dropped their contracts with TYT. And it's like, well, the only reason why y'all got any pub was because y'all were associated with TYT. That is, if anybody ever watched y'all shit. So they left TYT. Um, so because of that, she had a moment of clarity for a few months. Remember, I used to do stories on that. How Saint Uger was trying to, you know, keep the faith with all of this rah, 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 hate Republicans, hate Trump shit. But Anna was not feeling it. She was on something else. So in the middle of the broadcast, when she would come with a common sense idea after he just rah-rahed it, extreme leftist, suddenly he would change his tune in the middle of the damn broadcast, trying to match her because he knew that if she left, he had nothing. The show was dead. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a majority male audience and they watch it because of her, because she's nice looking, but she's a scatterbrained fucking retard. If you really look, I mean, this bitch lost a debate against Pearl this year. She lost a debate against Pearl. But at any rate, after it calmed down and Trump got elected, she went back to her left-wing lunatic ideology, calling ICE the Gestapo and all of that shit. And, typical white woman, typical white liberal female. Heaven is not, let me not say that. But this is why I'm like, dude, like having dated and been with white chicks, that they can flip the script at the drop of a dime. No different than a black chick can flip the script on you at the drop of a dime. The only difference is the white chick might not, huh? What'd you say? Yeah. The difference is the white chick might not get violent with you. There's a low chance that she'll get violent with you. But there's other dangers depending on, you know what I'm saying, the type of environment that you're in.
So then the black chick.
Hispanics not so much. A Hispanic chick will
Happens than a black chick to fuck you.
Yeah, a Hispanic chick will.
That's
She might.
fear.
Yeah, Hispanic chick
will come than that black chick to fuck you over.
The Hispanic chick or the white chick? Hello, Charles's. Are you eating?
He said Hispanic chick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Hispanic chicks. Yeah. Oh, what's up, bro? I'm not even looking at the stream of her. Yeah, but yeah, the Hispanic chicks. Yeah, they'll come at you with a knife. You have to be very careful with them. They're very hot tempered. Whereas with, I haven't dated an Asian chick, but at the same time, I mean, if I was to go by how the Filipinos and the what's the other chicks? The other chicks that brothers go for because they can't afford Japanese women. Thailand, yeah. Filipinos and Thailand chicks, I mean, they'll take you for everything you got. In all honesty, that's really, from what I understand, though, that's a lot of the Asian cultures, especially China. Especially China. Like China, you got a lot of chicks, China, Philippines, uh, And Thailand chicks, they'll
How
marry
you doing? Can
you.
you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we hear you.
They'll marry you, drain your fucking bank account, and then bounce on your ass. China, they'll have you like these women, the leftover women that they call them that are over the age of 27 plus, where like you as a foreigner, you like, oh well, shit, I date a 32-year-old, I date a 30, I date a 27-year-old, Asian chick. She look good, yeah. She ain't got no kids neither. Yeah, but the bitch be like sitting on a mountain of debt, just like Americans. Sitting on a mountain of debt from school and credit cards and all that. This is why they have a dowry over there. Be like, wait a minute, like I'm not paying a dowry, but they'll make you do a dowry. This is China, make you do a dowry for the parents because do understand there is no welfare office in China. So you're pretty much buying their daughter off of them. Same thing.
You said that's funny.
Yeah. Then when you marry the chick, her debt becomes your debt. And to be in good standing, good credit, you have to pay off her debt. And the second you pay off her debt, the bitch will leave.
Yeah.
In the Philippines, it's different. The little Asian, them little Filipinos, they'll marry you. You sit up here, they'll talk you into buying a house or building a house or whatever and everything. They might even pop out a few kids on you. But it's like their whole scam is that even before they marry you, they'll act like that they don't need your money for like a good 3 months, and then they'll start off small. Oh, my phone bill, oh, my dentist appointment, my cousin needs tuition money, she needs money for books for school, oh, the hospital, shit like that. Especially if your monkey ass is over here and she over there, you have no proof of none of this.
Yep.
The second
A
you say
lot of
no, I
motherfuckers.
can't help you, the relationship is over. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's why a lot of motherfuckers got stuck in the army.
Being nickel and dime to death.
Yep. I love you. Want some brother love shit.
Fuck out of here. Ah,
They're like, first and foremost, why the fuck are you doing that? Well, no, you got to understand, we in love. Man, you going to your commanding officer think he going to marry you? I ain't marrying shit. Fuck you.
What it sounds like to me is that this is a global economy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you think you're going to see on the other side of the world that you ain't already seeing here. This is why, if you notice, I don't have a whole hell of a lot to say about Passport Bros.
Yeah.
Because I always tell people, dude, you find some chick wherever the hell you go, you better keep her ass there.
Mm-hmm.
Because these bitches already know the game in America. I've seen it happen. These
You'll
chicks
walk
gonna
right
get
through
here, they're gonna marry your ass. Like you hear a lot of black dudes, yeah, yo, I'm gonna get me an African. Like, okay,
them.
all right. You think them African bitches ain't over there waiting, dreaming of the
Mm-hmm.
day that some American sucker brings them to the land of milk and honey?
Mm-hmm.
They can't wait to open
Because
up
they
a
gonna milk
leering
you, honey.
center. They can't wait to open up a leering center.
Get your ass get her ass over here, marry her, get pregnant. Now she can stay here. And you think they don't already know about child support and all alimony and all that shit?
Plus, if you bring them over here and the relationship don't work out and they stay because their paperwork, their visa is good, You have to take care of them for what, good 10 years? You're financially responsible for them, whether they living in your house or not.
Yeah.
And that means she could have babies by other niggas. You gotta take care of them.
Yeah. It's a global economy, bro. These bitches all over the planet is on the same shit. I've seen them stories coming out of China. Same thing in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing. The men are now getting hip to it. And now you got a bunch of Korean women sitting around. Damn, yo, I can't dump my debt on nobody. I'm screwed. Because the Korean men then said, "Fuck that. I ain't doing it." You're gonna see the same thing because America is always behind the times.
Oh yeah, because they ashamed to make people upset.
I said this years ago about the whole Big Brother thing. The you know what I mean, the cameras all over the place and all that shit. They've been doing that in the UK. And I told people, I said, it's coming to America. Now everybody's surprised. Oh, what do you mean the airports have facial recognition? Like Doug, you didn't think it was coming?
Because they had that after 9/11. They just didn't talk about it.
Yeah. The Patriot Act. Bro, these people these people can activate you. You can have a phone you haven't touched in years sitting in your dresser. These people can activate that fucking phone and listen in on your ass at a moment's notice. An old friend of mine from school, from the old neighborhood, ended up in a RICO case with BGF, and that's what they was doing to him. They had activated some old phone of his and was listening to his conversation shit. He's not even touching the damn phone.
Yep. And
And
notice what's the one
when he finally realized that they had activated it, he got rid of it.
And what's the one thing? One thing they always tell you, man. Technology will make or break you.
But like I was going back to my original point, what you're going to start seeing men do is what they're already doing in places like China and Korea. Men just going to tap out. You're going to have a lot of men in America are saying, I don't even want to deal with women. Fuck getting pussy.
Yeah.
And it's all like a perfect storm.
If you notice,
it's like
already on that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, but I mean, if you paying attention, these guys under the age of 30, they already on that shit.
Yeah. That's why the black birth rates are so low. If you look at the black community, the numbers just came out and shit. The birth rate's low as fuck. People talking about white birth rates getting low. Black people birth rates are low because A, nobody can afford it. And B, nobody wants the fucking headache. Even the black women are starting to turn around now. They don't want fucking kids no more. They don't want the headache.
Nope.
They see the writing on the wall. They see this welfare shit about to be gone. And that little bit of child support money you're going to get, it ain't worth the next, people always say 18 years, more like 25.
Yeah.
Trust me, I got a 20-year-old son. Trust me, you don't stop at 18.
He in college?
Nah, he was.
Oh,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, when he was in college, I was sending him money. You know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. I had to buy him a refrigerator and all that because he couldn't find no work. He was up there in PA. Like, it don't stop at 18. You have a kid, you on the hook for the next quarter century.
Maybe 30.
And the job market, and these kids come home from college after 4 years, can't find work. Where you think they coming but back to your house?
You mean to tell me they can't find a job paying six figures with a Bolivian lesbian ballroom dancing degree.
Yeah, imagine that.
Wait a minute.
So people are just a lot of young men. They just hey, we hear the podcast. We hear the YouTube channels. They don't want to deal with the shit no fucking more.
Think about it. Dating's not even fun anymore. Dating's not even fun anymore.
We've niggerized it, Charles. Like everything, when black people like first of all, you know what I mean. I'm kind of tired of the word dating. Let's be real. Okay,
It's
in the black community,
prostitution.
in the black community, we don't date.
We fuck.
Okay, we hook up and we fuck.
Or we prostitute.
See, everybody wants to use this word dating now because you don't want to be honest. We lie about everything in the black community. Black people lie about every fucking thing.
And it is.
So
Do you know how many lesbians and studs sell pussy? Let's just get that out the air. How many lesbians and studs sell pussy?
They selling pussy now?
When did they stop?
Well,
they've been selling pussy.
I mean,
Let's be real. How many dykes do you know with babies?
Too many. And those are the ones who those are the ones who look like the dudes.
I've knocked off a few fake studs, you know, pretty little light skinned chicks or whatnot, but no, I didn't know that they were selling it. But then again, y'all are younger than me.
They selling it. So think about it. It's like ABM said, it's a global economy.
God damn.
It's a global. They are willing to sell what the fucking needs to be sold.
Dog, I knew it. I used to work with this dyke chick who was laying up with the stud, and they adopted a kid for the benefits. Then of course they break up. The stud go about her business. Now the dyke bitch is stuck with the adopted kid.
Yeah.
And don't even want the kid, I bet.
Of course she didn't want the fucking kid. It was a scam to get some housing and some food stamps. Come on, man. You know the hustle.
Yeah. You know, that's why you get YNs. You got a lot of kids that are they check babies.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know your daddy. I've always said this.
I call them fuck trophies.
I always say this, man. Ask your mama the first date your daddy took her. If she can't tell you, she was just a side bitch.
And this is why I said what I said about dating. Black people know fucking well they don't date. But see, because of social media and all this podcast shit and all this, now everybody wants to talk about dating. And so because people don't really date, and now everybody wants to get on a podcast and lie about how they date, now what you got is the niggerization of dating. This is why you got bitches taking pictures of the receipt from the dinner. Oh, here, look at this. This is a $700 date. This is a real date. Or, oh, look at this nigga. He only spent $120. This cheap ass nigga. It starts to be corny shit like that. I remember years ago. Remember when Iceberg was a thing?
Yeah.
I was in the supermarket. The dude in front, waiting in line to check out. The dude in front of me, dead ass, just randomly turned around to me and reached in his pants and pulled out the tag. I think it was in his pocket. Pulled the tag out his pocket. Yo, look how much I paid for these jeans. Just randomly out the fucking blue.
Was he expecting
Man,
y'all?
I paid $300 for these shits, man. Like, what the hell?
What was that supposed to accomplish?
Dog, I don't fucking know. I wasn't talking to the guy.
It
was just randomly. He just randomly turned around and pulled the tag out of the pocket. Look how much I paid for these jeans.
Look how much I pay for these jeans. You want to get in the back seat?
And I'm just like, what the, I'm just looking like, what the hell? That's what we've done. We've niggerized dating now. And it's all stroke my ego shit now. So now you got bitches out here want to talk this shit about Chris Roofs. Have you ever seen a woman sit down and eat a whole fucking steak for real? Because I've never have.
And if you have, that might not be a woman.
Or she a big bitch. I mean, because bro, I can barely get through a fucking T-bone. All these bitches with this high class. Where's all this high class shit coming from? Filet mignon, bitch.
How you how you how you
Why do
fucking
you want
high
to go
class?
to a steakhouse for what's that shit? Prime rib. Why?
How you a high class bitch? And you from Douglas Homes?
You're from Cleveland. You're from East St. Louis. It's like that divestor chick, Paris Milan. Your name is Paris Milan. You haven't been to either one, and you're from fucking Compton.
Yeah.
Why is your name Paris Milan? You're from fucking Compton.
The most exotic place she's been is New York and Florida.
Like, think about it, right? These bitches don't even like being black. I'm Blasian baddie. You can't be a baddie if you fat. Just because you got some fake nails, fake ass, fake titties, fake attitude, fake lashes, don't make you a baddie.
No, they're talking
Most of
about
you,
their health. They say they're baddie. My health is
All,
baddie.
all of all of this shit has just alienated the fucking hell out of men, and men don't want to take part in it. And you're seeing it. This young generation. I can't wait to the next census. I don't know what year the next census is going to be. I'm pretty sure we just had one recently because we're at 54% of black men single, with, you know what I mean, over the age of 18, no kids, childless black men. That fuck around and hit like 60% by the time the next census roll around.
that's going to be 2030. About 2030, they'll take another one, or at least it comes out. You
And
gotta look at it.
and go ahead, buddy.
You gotta look at it. I'll be 44 this year. Never been married, never proposed. That's almost unheard of in our community. Even 20, 30 years ago.
Shit.
Bro, remember
But
like 1998, 99? Remember that song? Who was that dude that came out with that song? That everybody was playing at the weddings.
um,
How'd it
Couldn't
go?
we happily ever after? Couldn't we be happily ever after? Something like that. Remember that dude?
That baby
we
face?
be
That's not
No, it's not Babyface.
happy
No.
ever after.
Yeah, and he had Beyonce in the video. Dog, you couldn't go nobody's wedding. You couldn't go to nobody's wedding without hearing that fucking song.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because like 5 years prior to that, all the white people weddings, they had that Whitney Houston shit, I Will Always Love You. That was like white people's married anthem, right?
Can I be honest about something?
Go ahead.
Y'all know, like occasionally I bartend on weekends, right?
Mhm.
I've been doing this since 20, I would say 2019, no, 2020. So for about the past 5 years, I've been doing the bartender thing, for my homeboy. I've only done 2 black weddings.
Mhm.
And I'm in Atlanta.
Mhm.
2 black weddings.
Yeah. Nobody wants to do it no fucking more, dude. Everybody's tired. You can't afford it. You can't find stable work, adequate work, adequate pay. Everybody's underpaid. Even the white men are complaining. Then you get online and you see bitches talking about I want a nigga making 300 grand.
Like, well, the
And
dude
they got
making 300 grand don't want you. Did you ever stop to think about that? He don't want to.
You're from fucking Cleveland. Where are you going to find this guy? You're in
I'm
the
gonna tell
hood.
you. I had to break. Can I be black pill with you too in the
5,000.
audience?
5,000 plus gratuity. Go ahead.
Matter of fact, 20%. um, I had to tell this to my ex one time, and she's formerly married, but the dude was pretty much a beta male idiot. And I would normally not say that about a dude unless I met them. But I met him, I was like, "You married this nigga? Damn, you must have got pregnant, huh?" I said,
He married
well,
Jerry Smith.
and she just turned what? 37, 38. Of course, every black woman has a journal or a diary about them finding the perfect man for them. Please let them be between the ages of 37 and 45. Either no kids or kids in my age. Making a certain amount of money, certain build, loves God. And I told her, I said, Shorty, let's be real, right? You got three kids, two adult, one in high school. Okay. You had two babies by one dude. You had two babies by one dude. Your son, you were married. Are you at the same size when you even got married to your ex husband?
God damn.
Why would he pick you? Because he's got to take care of your daughters. And I hate it when women say, you don't got to take care of them. That's bullshit. Bullshit.
The first time you say no, I'm not. I don't have $20 for little Timmy's school thing. The relationship is over.
Yeah. Even if they're adults, you're taking care of them. And you're telling me, right? Why would he pick you and not somebody 10 years younger than you? Especially if he doesn't have kids. Would you give him a baby? Well, I'm going to give him a baby. You're 38. You're 38. You're geriatric pregnancy at 30. Let's be honest. And I had to tell her the wild part. Every man judges you by your baby daddy. Everyone does. And people will say, what you mean? I got to ask you fellas this. Does it make sense if I tell a person I will never get, I will never pay for anything that lesser men got for free?
Makes sense to
And I
me.
make, so if the first time you didn't get married to your two daughters' father was because he got the house kicked in and he went to the straight and narrow, but he got fucked over and went back to the streets, niggas are gonna be like, but motherfucker, you had babies by a drug dealer, and then you got married to a guy who should have been a mechanic but was lazy. I'm supposed to pay more than these two motherfuckers? Bad deal.
Ew.
And when I tell her this shit, you can see the light go off in her head, like, oh. I said no, because none of you women ever look at the men point of view, or why we look at it as a bad deal.
Do you really want to be 50 years old dealing with a preteen?
Two.
50 in your 50s dealing with preteens? 60 years old dealing with a teenager? 70 years old dealing with a malcontent fucking adult? Early 20s?
Think about it. Lawyer chick got pulled. 47. Don't look it, but she's still 47. You got all these properties, all these all this money. You've been doing the attorney thing for 20 years. Why don't you have a kid? Why weren't you married? And she was like, would you think about moving up here? Because, it'd be hard for me. I would have to take the bar all over again if I moved down there. Once again, black pill moment. I said, Shorty, are you going to take care of me? Like, really? I want you to think about this. If I moved up there, the cost of living is way greater. I'm going to have to live with you. I would have to find a job or a business to set up, which costs more money. So let's see. It's funny, Loss. They don't talk about the $20,000 to take for those injections either. There's only one woman I knew who had a baby post 40, and even she said when I asked her, she said I would never do it. I love my child, but if I knew, she like it felt like I almost died. And I said I respect that honesty. But once again, we live in this la la land of fantasy. I got forever and a day to fuck up, and some man of means will save me from my fucking iniquities. I told a lot of my exes I'm rare, and that's not me bragging. I'm rare. When I drop game knowledge and information, I'm rare.
You can't tell them anything.
Huh?
You can't tell them anything,
Exactly.
especially
I
in the
can be.
black community where it's imperative that they have to feel like they're above you, even though they're fucking you. They still feel the need to be
Hmm.
above you. They're better than you, so it's like, what do you know, simpleton? It's like, okay,
How many times have I stepped
this is why
around?
you see the chaos that you see in the black community.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I told too many people, too many times, too many ways. Look, shit got old. When shit gets old, it gets useless. And sometimes, it's funny. You'll cost what it costs less than getting a surrogate, having your kid, carrying the motherfucker. You pay her $5,000, you got a baby. Ain't that a bitch, is it? It is cheaper to get a surrogate. It is cheaper to get a goddamn surrogate. I will always tell you this shit, and I will always mean it. It is cheaper to you get a surrogate. She has to sign her rights, so she can't say, "I want my baby." Nope, this ain't your baby. Fuck out of here. Fuck you mean? Fuck out of here. Get out of here. We literally made relationships suck.
When everything is a business transaction, then what fucking business is fun?
Hmm.
Who the fuck says their business is fun? You never heard a
Exactly.
person with a restaurant say it's fun. You never heard a person with a barbershop saying it's fun. No, it's a business.
And they will treat it as
So when you
such.
when you turn dating, relationships, marriage, pregnancy into a business transaction, it's all about getting money. Yeah, it's not fun no fucking more. And like any business, if you're an investor and you don't see a return on your investment, you pull the fuck out.
Yeah.
If you're a potential investor and you say, I don't like that business, that's a bad business model, I'm not going to invest in it, then that's what you're going to do. You're not going to invest in it. So
And
now what you're going to
lately,
do?
so lately,
Now what are
you
you
have to
going
think
to
about
do? What are you going to do now when now the very men that you shitted on, who happen to be the very men that you count on, what are you going to do now when they don't want to invest anymore? What are you going to do? This is
I
why you
love the
see
topic.
chicks all over TikTok, crashing out on TikTok and shit. Oh, nobody's
Mhm.
helping me. Oh, being a mother's so hard. Oh, there's no resources. Of course, there's not any resources. Your precious Democrats that you black women go vote for at a 97% clip, right? They gave all the resources to the illegals. You got bitches all over TikTok. I can't get rent vouchers. I can't get daycare vouchers. Yeah. But y'all wanted Kamala Harris. But you voted for Joe Biden. What is crying in your car going to do? Why are you on TikTok crying in your car? I just saw the one video from the chick. There's no resources. These jobs don't care about mothers. She didn't say these jobs don't care about families. So she's a
Yeah.
single mother.
Yep.
I'm like, who told you? Look, what job ever told you that we give a shit about mothers? What job ever told you that?
Mhm.
Where's your baby daddy?
But
I
here's
don't
the thing.
understand this whole trend of getting on TikTok telling everybody how you're homeless. I'm in the shelter. Oh, the shelter kicked me out. I'm sleeping in the car. I saw the one video with the girl claiming she got two kids. They sleeping in the car and shit, and she's crying.
This is how egregious you have to be. How egregious do you have to be to get kicked out of a shelter?
Well, what happens is that sometimes they got to make room for other people.
Yep. It's not a permanent space.
Heaven help you if you live in the blue city, because the space is it's gonna be for an illegal.
You
Your
voted
black
for this shit.
ass is out. Yeah, your black ass is out because they want to replace you with an illegal. People don't seem to get that.
Again, we try to tell them you can't tell them shit.
I even had my
Oh,
ex, right?
nigga, you voted for Trump because you want to be like a white man. You
Yep.
black men just want to be, y'all just want a better place in white supremacy.
Just like you, right?
Says the bitch with a blonde wig, by the way. Like, okay, bitch.
Says the bitch that stuck up under the Confederacy. You have no idea how much you're a modern day slave under the Democratic Party. You're a
Babe,
modern day slave.
again, you're in Philadelphia, New York City, Chicago, LA. You're complaining about there's no resources. You're in Detroit, you're in St. Louis, you're complaining I can't get daycare vouchers. They cut my daycare vouchers off. There's no resources.
You know what the daycare vouchers
What
were for
don't
my
you
father?
understand? 20 million fucking illegals came in under Biden Harris's administration. You can't have 20 million motherfuckers just sitting around in your country not doing shit. That's where gangs come from. That's where kidnappings and rapes and all types of crime and shit come from. You have to get these people off the street. You have to get them some type of fucking employment, right? You want to take taxes out of their paychecks and shit, don't you? Right? You got to make housing, you got to make living space for these people. So who do you think is going to be the ones to get moved out? Who do you think are going to be the ones to get pushed out? You,
The
the
bottom of the
niggas.
total pole. The bottom of the
You
total
niggas
pole.
will. How do you complain about America's white supremacy system and all this shit, and then you're surprised at all of this?
When you help
You
facilitate it.
people, you people voted for Biden. Biden sat there in that Zoom call with them black leaders, air quote leaders, and fucking pointed at the camera in the Zoom call and said, y'all got to get behind the Mexicans. It's over. The ball
You
game is
still
over, black people. You lost.
what happened? What happened in the comic books? Norman Osborn won. What did the comics say? They won, we lost. You can't get mad at that. What happened? You lost. Can't take your L's. Now you get mad with ice. Why should I feel sorry for white people throwing their lives away? Not my struggle. Not my struggle.
It's over. You can't rely on big daddy government anymore. You can't think you're going to go out here, have a baby with Big Dick Tyrone, and then Big Dick Tyrone goes to prison because that's the type of nigga you like. You like those guys. So now he's going to do his 8 years on his attempt murder and think you're going to get by and you mean with just going to social service and, getting some stamps and getting some welfare, getting some rent vouchers. There's no money. Don't you think the federal government is going to crack down even harder now that you see this big ass scandal with the Somalian scammers up there in Minnesota that's reaching into other states? Hell, I just saw something. I didn't read the article. I got to go back and read it. There's fraud in my state. It's over.
Yeah. Think about it. Look at Baltimore. Look at Baltimore. Your school systems are fucked. You don't have enough people who are educated, willing, and gracious enough to make the system work. But then you still want to be able to take out from the system without putting back in. Everybody can count to 10, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at this. My father, if you include himself, there were 10 kids. Excuse me, 12. brothers and sisters, including himself. My mother, including herself, 4. How many kids did my father have? 3. How many did my mother have? 2. You're not even repopulating. Then it's not the men who don't want to commit to families, it's you. How can you say we can't commit to families, but you got 3 baby fathers? You build your sons to be softer than Toll House cookies. Can't work, won't work, jailbirds, can't fly. I mean, but then you still have the audacity to think you still deserve a top tier man. The fuck out of here. Then you teach your daughters to be insufferable bitches. Then you don't push them to move out because you're hoping that little bitch can get you some fucking food stamps and some fucking wick and possibly a voucher, a daycare voucher for you watch the baby. And then you won't put up $5 to your kids' books for college, but you'll put 150 towards his commissary. And then you're gonna complain when he comes back home and can't find work. This is the world we live in, folks. I want you to think about that. This is the world we live in. But I should be mad about Trump. I should be mad about ICE. But what do you find out? It's not fun once the rabbit gets the gun. No divorce, 50-50 custody for divorce. No fucking getting over on people. Nah, that shit ain't working. America's tired of the bullshit. And guess what?
America, America can't afford the bullshit.
Oh yeah, it's coming soon where men are going to be very, 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 very. What's the word?
Valuable.
They're going to be very. Oh, they're always going to be valuable, but they're going to be very nonchalant about seeing a woman and a child in the car, and that's where they live. You want a date? You better bring a resume. What are you going to do for me? Well, I cook, I clean, I do everything. Yeah, come with something better, Shoy. With something better. Think about it. Most of the bitches you got now, what is it? They got OnlyFans. How many of these chicks got OnlyFans? How many of these chicks are gonna fuck around and find out you bring around your folks, you married her, she was selling pussy to your homeboy 2 years ago.
You know, it's funny. These chicks make on average $200 a month on their OnlyFans, but mainly because they're lazy and have terrible content.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's keep it funky, man. How many of these motherfuckers really, you want to get them to really understand you? Let's put it real deep in perspective. These chicks have put themselves out the dating market so badly that pussy is like an air conditioner in the summer. It sells itself. It sells itself. If you can't sell pussy on a video, either you're not ugly or you're not working hard enough, like you said. And the crazy part about it is, a lot of people just don't want to deal with the headache. Well, you telling me prostitute? I had to
Speaking of
tell you
headache,
my. Go ahead.
speaking of headache, I knew I shouldn't have fucked this bitch.
Because the thing about OnlyFans is that it's a niche market. Digital pussy. There's a specific type of men that's willing to go that route for a specific type of woman. Usually fresh 18 and over types, and usually Asian, some type of Asian or young blonde, foreign blonde. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the average woman is only making about 200 a month on OnlyFans because I mean, let's keep it real. Nobody's really looking for you,
Yeah.
and it's only again the chicks that you see making real money on OnlyFans. Look them up,
They're white chicks. Well, work
and
they're
they're
white chicks.
extremely young. Like that little Asian girl. As soon as
Mm-hmm.
she turned 18 and she started her OnlyFans, like she was a millionaire instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that little
Oh,
tank,
you niggas is pedophiles, and I mean, okay, say what you want to say, but that bitch sitting on money now.
that little tank chick you talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you bitches 35 and shit think you gonna pop pussy on OnlyFans?
And you
I
already
mean,
had like
you
a
you
dozen
making
big.
gas money, I guess.
You got like half a fucking. You got like half a dozen babies popped out your pussy. It ain't gonna be tight like it used to be.
You thought you was gonna have a real income on digital pussy? Sure,
And
you better off
you're
going
old.
outside for real.
And you're old.
That digital shit ain't gonna cut it. Not when you can just get on Pornhub for free. Why am I subscribing to you for $5 a month? For what?
Yeah.
They've been sold a bad bill of goods, man. I mean, and the thing is, the boomers and a lot of the Xers are gearing up for retirement. Gen Z is going to be screwed. You got a lot of Xers that's still out here that's knee deep in the shit, and the Gen Zs forget about it. They're fucked.
Millennials have grown antisocial.
And you think you're gonna talk shit to men, these young men? These young men will gladly sit their asses in the house and play 2K and start a Twitch account and try to get monetized. They'll rather put their energy into that than you bitches.
Hey, bro, guess what? I've said it once and I say it again. It's cheaper to buy it than to date it.
dating is expensive. Dating is
Exactly.
expensive.
But then again, you know what they call it when they meet a John? Hey, you trying to date? And then most of the times you go out on a date, she complaining the whole fucking time.
Oh, we can't do that.
And then
You
she
can't.
wants you to get something extra. For some reason, this bitch never eat any food she doesn't cook. But when you take her out, she's about as hungry as 10 lumberjacks. Make that shit make sense. Go ahead, y'all talk. I'm gonna take this call. Talk real quick.
Talk real quick.
Just quickly.
No, no, I mess around there. We did the photo shoot. She stopped by. I cooked because I always feed my guests. She spent the night. She was supposed to did her fucking promo shit. It was supposed to be. She was supposed to have that shit done. What's the day? Tuesday. Well, now it's Wednesday. She was supposed to drop that shit Monday night. This whole time while I've been sitting up here quiet with y'all because I'm sitting up here on. I'm talking to her through text. She ain't even did the goddamn video. Like I
Lazy.
hired you to shoot the goddamn commercial. You did the pics. Now you did the video. Now you need to do the commercial, which you were supposed to have done. I sent you the fucking script. Why didn't you do the commercial? I put this on me.
Chick's lazy, man.
I know. I know. I know. You mess around anyway. So no, you were talking about the illegals, and you're 100% right. I get on these people about the media that they consume or whatnot. I mean, and I get it. A lot of these guys, I I understand why they watch a lot of, you know, I hate black women content because they mad at their moms because they were, club babies and shit like that. They were check babies. Their mothers never actually cared for them, that never actually loved them. Hell, some of them don't even like them. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes' mothers didn't even like them. They let all types of atrocities happen to them that was worse than what a girl would go through. So they found an outlet online to psychologically vent their anger. It's like going to church. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of these dudes, it's like going to church. So, your congregation, when you do those type of videos, your congregation is filled with a lot of emotionally damaged males. And a lot of them are losers. Let's just be honest. A lot of them are losers. They have nothing going for themselves. That and they'll cling to anybody that smiles at them, or offers them a kind word, or give them a cheese sandwich. They'll act like they're the greatest gift uh, that God has ever bestowed on them. But meanwhile, when you really look at them, when you take that person away from them and you look at them, they're pathetic, painfully pathetic, have nothing going for themselves at all. Am I making sense here?
Yeah, you cooking.
Yeah. I mean, and I get it. Some of you have hard times. Everybody sometimes fall on hard times. Even rich people fall on hard times. It don't have to be economically. It can be socially or psychologically. And psychologically is the worst. So you have people on here, they beg for the kindness of strangers just so they can eat that day. And a couple months I get it. But for years, 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 and you do nothing to improve your conditioning, why are you stop talking about females and get your shit together. It should not be an argument when I say, as black men, you need to get your shit together. That shouldn't elicit an argument. Whether you're doing it for yourself, you want to do it for a chick, it don't matter. Just get your shit together. Exercise. Read a book. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop smoking all that weed. Do some. I mean, do understand. Every second of the day, you get older. You don't have your 20-year-old body. You get sick. You can work out every goddamn day. Your body breaks down. It's just part of life. There are no 300-year-old motherfuckers running around here ripped like Arnold Schwarzenegger. In fact, look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do he look like Arnold Schwarzenegger from Commando? Or do he look like a frail old man?
He looks like an old man.
Yeah.
Just like Hulk Hogan was looking like an old man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
You're gonna die. You kidney failure, heart failure, liver failure, high blood pressure, all of this shit. You never know. Aneurysm. When my stepmother died, she was cool. She's sitting in the booth, worried about this was back 2018, worried about black folks in Trump, and she died in the goddamn booth at fucking Ponderosa. Brain dead in the booth. 1 minute she chilling. Next minute, I don't feel so good. Slump.
Yeah, this is what I tell young men all the time, man. Like,
Yeah.
dog, there's so much more you can be doing besides worrying about a bitch. Like all of this, I mean, like because the conversation does get old after a while. Oh,
Yeah.
black women, whatever, whatever. Like the problem is that y'all motherfuckers don't have nowhere else to go. It's like all you do, like for example, the dudes who just, yeah, I'm gonna get me a snow bunny. I'm a milkman and shit. Like, dog, what the fuck are you talking about? Why
Well,
are you
these black
calling yourself milkman?
Look,
Like, what? Why do motherfuckers think that? You know what I mean? Like, okay, I get it. There's a subculture when it comes to black people in America. A lot of shit, you know what I mean, that may not be as bad in other communities. But yo, a woman is still a woman. I don't give a fuck who you are. And I've had to go to the family courthouse and take care of business at the courthouse when I was doing my whole child support thing. You're gonna see a lot of white men in the courthouse paying child support. A lot of white men gonna be up there filling out their custody papers. She don't let me see the kid. I pay $1,100 a month in child support. She don't let me see the kids. Dog, it's the same shit.
different skin.
This is why you have white men in the manosphere saying the same exact shit.
Where do you think black women got it from?
Shit, black men. Where do you think we got it from?
Get you a white woman and everything's gonna be all better. Like, my nigga, what fuck? Who told you that shit?
Look,
Let's be honest.
go ahead, go
White
ahead.
women will fuck you. White women will fuck. The one thing I give to black women, at least they got the decency to fuck you in the front end. White women will make you a billionaire. You think shit's sweet, and now she went past.
Look, here's you know what it is. As far as that type of conversation, because I'm from Cleveland. Lived in Columbus, Ohio for a collection of 24 years. That whole situation it's a over 40s hustle for black men. They get them a beat down white girl that no white man worth his salt will fuck with, and they live off of her.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hustle. That's no. It's no different than Pookie Ray Ray and them living off a black chick on Section 8. So it's just same shit, different skin and different culture.
Mm-hmm.
Just no different, no different. Because ain't no woman worth her salt gonna let some motherfucker live off of her. Where's the? Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, no woman. I only went through this once, where I lived up under another woman's roof. And good Lord, the microaggressive disrespect. I never did that shit again. I said, fuck this. No matter where I'm at, wherever I'm at, I lay my head, my name gonna be the principal on the lease. Fuck this shit. I ain't never doing this again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any? I mean, if you've never done it, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. It's like, I'm gonna put, you know what it's like? It's like living with your mama, but you get the fuck. If that makes any type of sense, because that's the way I look back on it, and I'm disgusted by it.
A
Plus,
woman will, when you look at a woman like that, a woman, if you live in her house, she's going to treat you like a child.
yes,
You'll never be the man. You'll never be the leader. Women will naturally just hiss at you, start shit with you, because she low key subconsciously doesn't respect you. But yet, she's the one who invites you to come live with her because she knows there's no other way a man will deal with her insufferable ass.
it's a
And
trap.
she was insufferable, wasn't she?
Okay, with me, because she was 7 years older than me. 3 kids, married though, divorced. Okay, she was married. Our kids, same father, husband, divorced. He in New York. I'm down. We down here in Georgia. No issues whatsoever on that front. It was the insufferable part was how she treated her kids. 2 boys and a girl. Who do you think got all the favoritism?
The girl.
Mm-hmm. And I hated that shit. And that it always caused a rift. And occasionally she would low key be trying to talk to me like I'm lesser than her because I mean, I used to chalk it up to her just being older than me, but because I was 25 when we started. This is the one that almost had 2 of my kids. I was 25 when we started, so it wasn't until I was like 30, 32, somewhere up in there that I was able to really take a step back and see the relationship for what it was. Like, hold on, this bitch was low-key disrespecting me the whole time, talking to me like I was her fucking kid because she felt she had power over me. And I'm gonna tell you right now, on my birthday, it was on my birthday, I finally got the keys to my own apartment, my new apartment, because we was having issues. But with me, she outside of that, she was cool. I mean, every night, we, tearing the walls down. But when I came home on my birthday that night, and she had took some like supplement pills, broke them open, and rubbed them all over my TV to intentionally start a fight. Whoo! The look on her face the next day when I pulled up with that U-Haul truck.
Mm.
Oh, it was priceless. I'm moving my stuff out. She gonna shut the door while I'm steady moving me and 2 of my homies. We moving the stuff out. I pulled because I left that night. We got into an argument. I left that night. I slept in the store. I went to the house thinking that she had went to work because I was just gonna pack up my stuff, right? She was home. She had the top lock. Don't come back unless you got a U-Haul truck. All right. 2 hours later, pulled up with 2 of my homies in the U-Haul truck. She was stunned. We halfway moving my shit out of her house. The bitch gonna lock the door. So I called the police. She opened the door for the cop, let me take the rest of my stuff. The funny thing about it was the cop was trying to hit on her. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing right there. I'm watching him write down his cell phone number to give to her and everything because she was nice. She was nice. Um, I was unfazed. I was unfazed because I was like, I'm not gonna do this shit with you. I'm done. I'm done. But she was so pissed off about the whole situation. Don't fellas, never let a bitch have power over you.
Nope. And a house is major power. A car and a house is major power.
Don't drive her car. Get your own fucking car. Get your own fucking car and stay in your own fucking spot. That's why when all this shit was going on, I was like, look, in all honesty, it ain't 50-50. It's 70-30. You pay the rent slash mortgage. She pay the utilities. Y'all split the food. Like, because if you paying the full rent, you can exist without her. Because if you and the bitch break up and she move out, you bet not be strapped for cash. You understand what I'm saying? You bet not be strapped for cash.
And every bitch you let live in your house and you don't have, she will move out.
Yeah. If that ain't your wife, especially matter of fact, that could be your wife. But the whole thing is that don't live nowhere that you can't afford to live by yourself.
In the words of Charles,
Go ahead.
in the words of Charles Singer, you pay bills like she doesn't exist anyway.
Right. If anything, collect money.
Hmm.
Collect the money. No, I'm not. No. Hey, honey. Yeah, you set the budget. Let's say all the bills, the rent, light, cable that she pay, average out to about maybe $400 something. Collect five. Collect five.
Because of tax.
Or better yet, collect six.
Hmm.
Collect six. Well, what's the six for groceries? 650 groceries.
Let's make it
650
an even
groceries.
seven. Even seven. Give us something
Yeah,
to work
even
for.
groceries. Yeah, look, for the utilities, groceries, trash bags, stuff like that. Well, what you doing? Oh shit. I'm paying the mortgage. 2 grand. You only paying 7. Cough it up. Cough it up. Every 2 weeks. Yeah, cash at me. Venmo me. That way you already got it. You should already pay the bill with your second check and then her money come in. How you gonna let a bitch be the arbiter of your fucking bills?
Hmm.
You collect rent like she a fucking roommate with benefits. The hell is y'all doing? It's almost like you let your dick destroy your mentality because you're financially illiterate. You don't know how to work this shit because there's no instruction book. You watching your mama or your daddy do the shit, and they not gonna tell your kitty ass how the fuck the money go in the house. Do you understand? So you got to figure this shit out on your own. You
Hmm.
got to figure that on your own. Ooh, God. Woo! This is the one thing I hated about the conscious community is that they used to preach all that community shit and date single mother bullshit and all that. Man, if I could go back, there's no fucking way I would completely change that message around.
Hmm.
I would completely change that message around. Like, no, brother. No. She conscious. Tell her pro-black boyfriend or baby daddy or pro-black baby daddy to pay for his fucking child. We don't do deadbeats in the BC. That should have been the message. No deadbeats in the BC. Ain't no fucking community raise a kid because you a hoe. Because do understand a lot of the women that was in that shit were, especially in the 90s, was hoes. Ask me
Hmm.
how I know. Shit. God damn. Y'all let that man fuck that shit. You let your dick do the talking. I'm pretty sure everybody on here listening know that they wish that they could take their dick back from a bitch. Let me take my dick back. I hate that I fucked you. Listen to me earlier. I hate that I fucked the bitch yesterday. I hate that I fucked her. Now I can't get her to do her fucking job.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's my fault.
Say no to deadbeat moms.
Shit. Say no to being a deadbeat. I mean, it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street.
Yeah. And every time I see a deadbeat situation, I always ask this question: was he a good father material when you were fucking him?
No.
Because 99% of the time, it is very rare a man in a committed relationship is just going to upleave his kids. He'll upleave a woman, but he ain't leaving his kids.
You know what's
So
good? Why are
go
you
ahead.
fucking? I get it. Raw sex is amazing.
Hmm.
But why are you going raw and you ain't on birth control?
Gotta have birth control, birth control, birth control. Gotta have birth control. Because they hate birth control. Because they know, number one, there's a sucker born every minute. All you got to do is spew the vitriol of the black woman. I hate, I hate my baby daddy ain't shit. My baby daddy ain't shit. My baby daddy ain't shit. Ah, and all the
Where
powers of the universe come upon you.
where is he now? What job do he work?
I'll be like, God damn, my baby daddy ain't shit.
What's his mama name?
So,
What's his
I
mama
don't-
name?
so how can an ain't shit nigga get in your drawers? Never like that shit. How does an ain't shit nigga get in your pussy? How long
I
did you
mean,
know he was?
that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. But why are you not on birth control?
Mm-hmm.
You are the first, middle, and last defender of your womb.
Because she never believed it. Oh yeah, she never believes it's her. It's never gonna be me.
Yeah, okay. Even though you on your third baby daddy.
I stop that. I swing and I miss, and one time I hit. Think she pregnant.
The most fertile chick in the world is one that already had a baby.
Mm-hmm. As soon as they have the baby, they fertile.
It is weird. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let me go to bed. I got to do this goddamn fucking thing tomorrow. And this damn video is still analyzing. This thing is still on 10%. It better be
All
ready with fucking morning.
right, everybody. Later.
All right.